So, hi everybody. My name is Jimmy Lin. I'm currently a first-year doctoral student at the University of Maryland. My advisor is David Weintraub. Yeah, and this work is when I did it during my master degree at Penn. At that time was under Yasmin and Debbie's group. So I'm presenting today is a redesigned reconstruction kit for rapid collaboration, debugging, and design of E-Textiles. So for those who didn't know E-Textiles, I'm just generally assuming that, and this is a microcontroller. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but then with a microcontroller, you will be able to have pins all around it, then use conductive thread to sew through it to make the lights light up on a fabric or have a button to press, those types of things. So the problem here we're trying to solve is the performance of physical making objects that it's very difficult to make a rapid prototype, and the debugging part is very difficult. So our solution is present an iterative design on a reconstruction kit for E-Textiles that allows it to be rapid deconstruct and then program circuitry. So our finding is it has improved collaboration and also provides rapid prototyping. Oops. And yeah. So here is some of picture of the E-Textiles part. That's the original E-Textile, not on the reconstruction kit. So students will be able to sew through it, and you can see the shred here. That's conductive shreds. So students spend a lot of time on sewing. And yeah, so here's original reconstruction kit we did before was like, you can see the microcontroller is stuck on a fabric, and it's also only couple pins that have a hook outside. You can see it here, here, or here. And also has limited components. Yeah, and the microcontroller cannot move. So the redesign of it is we add the safety pins to all of it. You can see it on the bottom right, and every single pin has a little hook. So students are able to use all of the pins, not only the ones that we provided. And then also add the aluminum foil as a touch sensor patch. We also added a vibration board, thinner the felt strips, and the microcontroller is now movable. And also switch the microcontroller to the Adafruit circuit playground. And lastly, we'll also add the pre-sewed hooks to trying to say the safety. Oh, I missed. So the safety pin is on the one on the back, so that you are able to attach it to the fabric instead of using some sort of glue or like stitch it. So the way we did it is we give students either a buggy challenge or a design challenge. So for the buggy challenges includes both buggy circuit or buggy code. You can see on the top right, there's a buggy project there that students will be given as a 3D object that students need to fix it to make it work as intended. Or we give them a design challenge that students say, like, you create a belt on the left, you can see it, that's what they did. So the finding here is the video will be showing, and that's muted, so don't worry if there's no sounds coming through. So right now with the reconstruction kit that helps students to be able to, like, if they need to turn over an LED that is polarized wrong, they would be able to do it, unhook on both sides, undo the safety pin, flip over, attach the safety pin, and then hook it back on. So that's a quick, like less than 1.5 minutes, then students will be able to fix that. Instead of you need to cut out the sewing part, then re-sewing that took a longer period of time. Students say it's much quicker and it's easier. And they even did 2 to 3 changes in like 10 to 15 minutes. So that helps. Okay. Then another one is that it helps improve the collaboration between these students. So they will be able to work on simultaneously on the physical aspect of circuit instead of one student. Generally in the E-Textile field, normally like one student would do a bigger chunk of sewing, and another students would do bigger chunk of coding because they cannot work collaboratively together on the single physical object. But here you can see the students are able to put both of their pair of hands onto the artifact and then start to change things. So one students could change the LED, another students could change it on the microcontroller part. So overall, the benefit is provides a rapid collaboration of prototyping and debugging of E-Textile circuitry and design, and also quickly reposition of various electronic parts. It also provides a greater flexibility in redesign of E-Textile projects. However, it does have some limitation. The Reconstruction Kit does not have all the affordance of sewing circuitry. So it's missing the ability of sewing provides us to cross the surface. So one example is students want to put the microcontroller inside of the jacket, then the LED on the outside of the jacket. So that's very easy and simple to do with a regular thread. But however, with the Reconstruction Kit, students will need to have a field that go all the way around because that's lack of the ability to across the surface. And yeah, so that's all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So questions? Alexis, I'm monitoring the chat. I'm not seeing, let's see here.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Jimmy, I really liked your presentation. One of the things I was thinking about with debugging of like the circuits, because I've done some of the E-Textile stuff and I love it. And so I like the Reconstruction Kit to kind of scaffold some of that. I guess, did you guys go through common errors and different things that they might encounter with their circuits so that they would know how to debug them? Like, you know, how did you scaffold just kind of getting them used to knowing the types of common bugs?
What is like, are you asking like what's the state of these students when we do the interview with them, or? No,
it was more so with like just in general, just kind of pedagogy stuff around like when they're debugging, like you said there was two different types of challenges. There was a design challenge and a coding challenge. Like how did you scaffold them and helping them know, because there's lots of places the circuit could be wrong, right? But how you help them know where to look?
So we give them students, so let me share the screen back up so you can, like, although I put do not, like examples there to make sure people look at the picture first. But here we kind of give students like what they intended to do, and then students can either do a forward reasoning that going through and reading through the code or trying to go through the circuitry. Like here, if you see the demonstration here that like two thread is connected to the negative, then there's nothing connected to the positive. They could use that challenge, or they could use that route on the forward reasoning, or they can do the backward reasoning to press a button or press to run through the code and see what's the error.
Okay, awesome, thanks.
So I'm going to ask a question from the chat. Paulina asked, was the reconstruction, oh, let's see here. I just get the chat back up. Let's see here. Here it is. Was the Reconstruction Kit used in both the Buggy Challenge and Design Challenge? And if so, were there differences in how students interacted with the kit between the two?
Yes, it's the same Reconstruction Kit. There's nothing changed on that end. But like when it's a buggy circuit part, like a bug debugging part, then students is given all the components on the artifact. Compared to design challenge, everything is single laid out, so students can choose whatever they want to put it together.